Hello everyone, my name is Clutch, and welcome to Lucifer Mechanics Garage of drag, speed, and styrene customs fabrication.
Destroying everything that affects, making me rich for my sins. Welcome to the Lucifer's Mechanics Garage.
How's it going, everyone? This is Clutch coming at you with another edition of Lucifer Mechanics Garage. Boy, it's another beautiful day here in south central Kentucky. You got the windows open. You hear the birds will be chirping. Always a beautiful day to be building in the neighborhood. I just want to give you a little update on what's going on with the 34 Sedan Slingshot Dragster, the Royston Rouser. I went in and put the paint on, and before that I had the Deluxe Material Scenic Rust that I applied to it, and then put on some hairspray, and then just put paint over top of it, and then went to work. Anytime you use a new product, it's always some kind of you got to experiment first, but I always like jumping in heads first, get in there and do it, because it's only material, and man can conquer material if you want to, if you don't get all jumbled up and nervous about it, because a lot of times what happens is when you really get in there and jump head first, your mistakes turn into turns into I guess you'd say perfection, I guess, or something special that adds to the piece, which in this case happened to me. When I went in here, let me zoom in here so you can see this baby a little bit, see kind of what I did. Let's see, there we go. As you can see, I went in, you can see the welds, and you see how good the rust came out. Like I said, this was quite an experience using this, and through the way of doing it, I learned a lot about this material of using it, and I have to say that I'm really happy with the Deluxe with Deluxe Material Scenic Rust for what it is. When I first laid it on, I went in and applied. I took a brush and applied the hairspray. Well, come to find out, what happens is, even though there's 20 videos on how people's using it for their trains and tanks and stuff, the problem I had now personally is when you rub it on, when you take a soft brush and rub it on, for some reason it'll like literally almost wipe the rust away. So what I did is before I put the black paint on, I went back in, put just another small coat of the Scenic Route paste and metal pigment in there, and let it set. And then what I did was I took my airbrush, decanted some more hairspray, took the tip off the airbrush, and just put like really fine points all over where I needed it, up around the windshield, the side windows, and all around the rust. I didn't get too crazy with it. I really didn't want to spray the whole body, because there's places I didn't want paint to come off. Anyway, I wound up applying the paint and went in there and got to scrub and grab me a good bristled toothbrush, and sharpened me up 4 or 5 toothpicks, and went to work, and this is the result I came out with. Now, what I liked about it too is I grabbed some sandpaper, like 800 grit, And instead of sitting there chipping away the paint, I took the sandpaper and was going over certain spots instead of chipping it. And as you can see, it's got that beautiful bleed through rust effect. Excuse me. Excuse me. This weather, I tell you, allergies. But anyways, you can see in the areas like right around here. If you ever seen an old car sitting around and out in the field, it's been sitting there for a while. After a while, the chemicals bleed from the paint and it gets that rainbow effect color. Well, I went back through to highlight with the developer some of the spots to bring through the rust more through the paint. And I tell you what, just like I said, sometimes you think things are screwed up and you're like, oh man, this is, I'm gonna have to do it over or whatever. But no, you know what, it really helped the effect, because it does have that effect, like it's been sitting, and where the paint bleeds through with the oxidization of the rust, where it just kind of like where it rains and it bleeds down. It's got like that like rainbow effect. So it did come out that way, and I have to say I was pretty happy with it. Instead of being nervous, I was quite happy. So, but there's a few more little spots I have to address. But other than that, I mean, besides going in and putting a little bit of black wash around the welds and some of the Tamiya blue and yellow clear through the blue and yellow transparent around the welds to give the metal that look like it's been welded, and then go in with some rust powder, the orange and the dark amber color, and she's pretty much well done, But I really enjoyed the effect of this, man. I tell you, it as you can see, I got the Royston Rouser decals on it, which went on really nice. The only thing that stinks about it is I didn't have my microsoil flat to put on to take some of the sheen out. I had a bottle, and where I dropped it, some time ago, it cracked the top, and then I taped it, and then when I put it in a box for storage, when I went in and cleaned my room and everything, I pulled it back out and it leaked out. So I was kind of stuck with that. But it's too late. I got the show coming up on the 29th, which is only 9 days away or so I can't worry about that. But really, all I got to do now is just I just got to put the windows in it, and finish doing the detail work, like I said, around the welds, and put some rust powder on it. But I really like the effect that I pulled off here. I mean, about 3 or 4 more times of using this effect, using that scenic rust, you pretty much will get a good effect from it. You can see where it caked up and got thick up and around here, around some of these holes. I got to go in and clean that out, and do just a little bit more prep work to it. And but I tell you, I am so happy with how this thing turned out. People always say, oh well, I just rust up models, to weather them, to make them, because it's easier than putting on a good paint job, But I have to say, I have to disagree with them on a personal level myself, because to really pull off the effect like this right here that I was truly going for, this was the look that I was going for, was way more intensifying than it would be to put in a good paint job. When you put down a good paint job, really what it amounts to is just being clean. I mean, you always got to keep your hands clean. You always got to keep everything you paint clean. Well, this right here, it's not so much about being clean. It's just about perfecting how to control what you're doing, the weathering, and pulling off the effect that you want. So, yeah, to me, I would much rather last couple days have put down a slick paint job, but I really enjoy the effect here. The Royston Rouser decals, like I said, I got it slick decals. They got these are the 1/8 inch. They're the gold foil, and they got like a little red tinge to them inside, and then they got a 1/4 inch for like bigger scale if you want to use them. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. So anyway, let me get big over here to the scenic rust stuff that I was telling you about. This stuff right here, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, I paid $25 for it shipped. Now if you look around, I have seen them cheaper on eBay, but when I buy stuff like this, I like to get it straight from the source in case there's any problems or anything. You know, it comes with what you see here. And then, you know, like I said, you need to go buy you a couple good brushes to apply it with, and everything. You know, get you a little, I got me myself my little pink scooper that my wife got me. It's actually a female, I mean a fingernail pusher, you know, cuticle pusher backer, but I use it for a scoop. But anyway, let me show you something real quick here. Let me pull this back a little bit. Sorry, guys. When you mix this stuff up, what I do is I take, I'm just gonna mix up a small batch here. Okay, let's see, let's use about this much. All right. Clean your pipette out, get you a thing of water. Alright. Now then what I do is I came here, like I said, you know, when I first mixed this up, it was 1-to-1. Then I wound up pouring some of the mixture out because it was just too thin. It was like more paste than it was pigment. So then what I did was, as you can see, you got this right here. What I did was I went in and I scooped her out and I filled it up. Okay. Cause so this stuff's so expensive, you kind of gotta do it this way, you know. Cause I would just hate to just really waste it, you know. But let me try to get a good mixture here. Now this right here is just all done by eye, so that way you know, you kind of get an idea of what's going on. Alright, now as you can see what it looks like inside there, it kind of turns like a grayish looking color. Okay, now if you take and you mix this up, if you take and you mix it up, as you can see, it's still too thin. So what you want to do is wipe your spoon off. Then you want to come in here and add some more. What you want is almost a paste, kinda. Because I found out if you try to do it the other way, where it's like where that way they do it, you wound up with more paste than you do the iron pigment. Okay. And then just give her a good mixing. That looks like to be a pretty good mix right there. Now as you can see inside there, see how a little bit more gooey it is? Now for some reason that paste, it sits up on top of like water and oil. It just sits right up on top of the pigment, okay? But what I do is I take my brush, well actually I let it sit for about 10 minutes and let that paste sit in there and stew a little bit, and then you'll kind of run out of that whiteness will come out of it. Okay? Then like I said, what you do is you come in with a brush like this, you know, a nice thin brush, and you dip it, and then you go in and you apply it, you know, and you got to do it in small doses. You ain't got to like get in there and get it plumb scooped up, you know, a big gobful, and try to put it on, because what happens is if you do that, it gets all wonky, you know what I mean? It gets all clogged up and just it don't look original, you know. So, but But yeah, I mean, I'll eventually, if anybody's interested in showing me doing a body or whatever, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get try to do one for you from beginning to end, how this stuff works, because I'm really happy with it, I have to tell you. And then, like I said, you let it sit for about 3 hours. You go in and put your first coat. They say wait 8 hours. I waited about 4 or 5 hours and then put a second coat on it. And second coat was good enough, you know. But anyway, that's it. I got to go in here today and like I said, finish detailing it up a little bit, putting it to my the clears on it, the blue and the yellow, transparent around the welds, and put some dust on it and everything. And well, I'll probably put the dust on after I get the windows on. I'll probably cover the windows up and put the dust and everything on, so that way I can handle it as much and it won't remove it. And then put the parachute and everything else on it, and I hopefully here in about 2 or 3 days this baby will be finished, because I ain't got too much longer to go, and I still got to work on the 56 to get it ready for the show on the 29th. I mean, I probably won't have it all the way done, but at least I'll have it painted and ready to put on the stands and look like it's been worked on. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing and commenting and everything. And always love your families and your pets, and enjoy today. Don't let it slide by, because it's beautiful outside. And until next time, people, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Lucifers, get it!
Sunday! Everybody gather around the strip for once-in-a-lifetime drag. We have a very special race for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have Lucifer driving his full nitro funny car Camaro, ready to shred tires in competition at hellish speeds. Lucifer will be holding grudge matches all night, gambling for souls. Don't fret, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing will slow down his car, not even after crashes. Gashes are being completely mangled, all thanks to Lucifer's mechanic. He can fix it all. It won't rest until Lucifer is reigning champion.